This is the 2019 Kodiaq RS. It's the biggest SUV Skoda has to offer. It features a twin-turbo 240 horsepower diesel engine at the front, a 7-speed DSG transmission is driving all 4 wheels, and get this, it's the fastest 7-seater SUV on the Nürburgring. Yes folks, you've heard that right, a diesel Skoda SUV setting record lap times at the ring. So why does this matter for the Czech manufacturer, you might ask? Well, I had the same question and I think I figured it out. Hear me out here. For the Kodiaq RS to be noticed among other fast SUVs on the market right now, Skoda needed something to make it stand out from the crowd. And how do you let people know that your car is fast nowadays? Using the Nürburgring, of course. And because the Kodiaq is a 7-seater SUV, Skoda just found a niche it could explore. And with the help of Sabine Schmidt, the queen of the Nordschleife, the Kodiaq RS became the fastest 7-seater SUV on the Nürburgring. But how does that help Skoda sell these cars? I mean, lap times and track records aren't really the features that Skoda buyers look for. But what this lap time did is to grab people's attentions and get them into the showrooms. Even if it was just out of curiosity. I mean, that's the reason you're actually watching this video, right? And when people saw the Kodiaq RS, they realized that it still retains all of the features that Skoda buyers really want in the car. It's practical, it's spacious, the boot is huge, it can carry around 7 people and still have the same boot capacity as a Ford Fiesta. And because it's a diesel, it's also quite fuel efficient compared to other 240 horsepower cars, of course. It does, however, have a big problem. Its price. It starts from around 43,000 euros. Despite this car riding on 20-inch wheel, it's actually very comfortable around town. It handles bumps in the road very well, and none of the thumps you get when hitting a pothole reaches the inside of the car. It's very well insulated from the outside, seats are very comfortable, driving position is high like you would want from an SUV. There's very good visibility all around, and this gearbox runs through gears like a hot knife through butter. I mean, it's smooth and very fast. Yeah, that's what I meant. So overall, the new Kodiaq RS is a very comfortable and refined cruiser. But this is an RS product and we need to take it to some B roads to see how well it drives. Even though it's a big ass SUV. The car started its life as a Kodiaq Sportline, on top of which we have 20-inch Skoda RS specific alloys, adaptive dampers as standard, twin tailpipes at the back, and a 2-liter biturbo diesel unit exclusive to the Kodiaq RS. On the inside it features Alcantara sport seats, which are lovely by the way, RS badges all over the damn place, a flat bottom steering wheel, and why oh why Skoda fake carbon on the dash. Overall the interior is quite nice for a Skoda, it's very practical, lots of storage spaces throughout the car, and man oh man is this car huge! But the question many Skoda buyers are looking to ask is how practical are the third row seats? And yes, I will answer that as well in this video. So let's talk about the main selling point of this car, its engine. It has a twin-turbo, 2-liter 4-cylinder diesel unit under the bonnet, capable of producing 240 horsepower and 500 Newton meters of torque. North to 100 km per hour takes around 7 seconds, and that makes it very fast for such a large SUV. It pulls very well thanks to all that torque, and this 7-speed DSG transmission makes this car effortless to drive fast. Shifts are instant and power delivery is quite linear, which is very surprising for a diesel engine. This car has 7 driving modes, including the off-road one, but Sport is the one you want to be in if you want to fully explode what this car is capable of. The suspension stiffens up in that mode The steering gets some weight added to it, and throttle response is much better. Body control is very good. It's uncanny how well this car handles corners, considering its sheer size and the high center of gravity it has. The steering is accurate and fast, even though it's pretty lifeless. It doesn't tell you too much about what's going on with the front wheels. And the bigger brakes are a much welcome addition, as they stop the car very well in its tracks. And now it's time to talk about the stuff I don't really like about this car. And the first thing on that list is the sound actor or sound actuator, whatever you want to call it. And that's basically a device that pumps in fake noise. And while it's understandable that this car has such a system, being a diesel and all, it's pretty annoying when driving around town because it sounds more or less like a broken turbo whine. That being said, once you're above 2500 RPM, it's pretty good actually. It's quite convincing. And the second point on this list is the price. I mean, this car starts in Sweden from around 42,000 euros. And I don't know about you, but for me that sounds like a lot of money, especially because the Sportline model on which this car is based, and it shares a lot of parts with, is around 4,500 euros cheaper. So those back seats from the third row, well, they're very easy to set up. For a start, there's a compartment underneath the boot floor made specifically for storing the cargo cover. Then you fold the second row of seats, pull up the third one, and then get in the back and you enjoy a long and comfortable drive. Actually, no. Don't try that. Leave these two seats for kids, but very small kids, actually. And that neatly brings on my question for you guys as a conclusion for this video. Is it worth to buy this RS version instead of the Sportline? I mean, the interior and the exterior are pretty much the same, and the same can be said about the suspension, the transmission, and the four-wheel drive system. And a lot of the things that come standard with this car, you can actually spec on the Sportline trim. The only major difference between the two cars is the engine up front. So I'm gonna end this video with a question for you guys. Is it worth paying 4,500 euros for a more potent engine? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. But that's been it for today's video, my friends. I really hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed to Tuned Into Cars for lots more content to come. And until next time, take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you around.